Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Polkadot. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, we are back down here retesting the December 2022 low. So technically we're okay as of right now. If we start losing that low, we're obviously going to be looking at lower prices and these targets to the downside that we have discussed in the previous update. So the 1.272, the 1.414, and the 1.618 fib levels are going to be your targets if you lose this low at $4.26. Now the fib retracement that we have set up here is from the swing high in February 2023 down to the swing low in December 2022. And the extension levels are set to the downside, as you can see. So it doesn't mean that we are gonna get all the way down to $3 if we lose this low. That doesn't mean that we're 100% going down that low, but usually you retraced down to the 1.618 whenever you break below the first fib level. That's just how it works. So that is why we are targeting the 1.618. This is going to be our major target, but we obviously could see a potential bounce from the 1.272 or maybe a bounce from the 1.414. So if you have some cash on the sidelines, just set up some buy limit orders slightly above this support level, slightly above $3.65, slightly above $3.36, and slightly above $3. You don't want to have round numbers in your limit orders. Obviously, you all know that. We've been talking about that on the channel for a very long time. So potentially just have $3.04, $3.37, $3.66, and that way you have more chances of getting filled. Now you can see we were in this in between a major resistance level and a major support level here, and we lost it. And what I'm expecting right now is at least a retracement back to the 0.786, because we did see quite an impulsive drop, and right now we need to see a retest of previous support as resistance. And this is going to be probably happening in the next few weeks. We might consolidate here for a bit, but you can see that we are quite overextended from the 20 EMA, which is currently sitting at $4.83. The 55 EMA is also overextended from the 20 EMA, and typically when that happens, you tend to see a retracement or some sort of a reversal, but I don't think we're going to have a reversal here. I think we're just going to have a retracement to the upside and then a continuation back down. For example, here, you were very overextended from the EMAs. The EMAs themselves were very overextended from each other, and then you obviously saw this dip here. And this is what happens when you get overextended into one direction. So if you get overextended to the downside, you start retracing to the upside. If you get overextended to the upside, you start retracing to the downside. It's just logic. It's just how things work. So I would be expecting $4.81 to be retested before we see a move to the upside. That's another 6%, potential 6% of profit that you could secure here if you are a trader. A long term, I would say anything below $5 is extremely cheap for Polkadot. So if you're looking to set up staking through the Nova wallet or wherever you want to stake, right now would be a very good time to accumulate some coins. Not a financial advice, obviously. Let's switch over to the daily RSI. Now you can see we dropped below our support block between 31.7 and 27.9 on the RSI on the index here, and every single time you enter this support block since April 2021, you have a massive move to the upside. And you can see we had a similar fake out here in May 2022, and we're getting a very similar looking pullback here in June 2023. And after that, you can see we went all the way up here in August. We peaked out here in August, which is exactly what I'm expecting to see here in August/September before we have another move to the downside. So this bull trap here is what I'm expecting, because everyone's going to think that we're entering the bull market. Now, we all know that the Fed is probably going to be going for a hop or a skip, which is when they pause for June. Obviously, in this FOMC meeting that just happened, we got a pause, which means they're not going to be raising the interest rates. But come July or come September, they could go for another hike, another 25 basis points hike, maybe even a 50 basis points hike. No one knows. The Fed themselves don't know, which I don't think is true. They probably know what they're going to be doing, obviously. And I think Jerome Powell had a bit of a slip up there where he said we're going to be going for a skip or something like that. Well, he didn't use the right terminology, so I guess that was a bit of a slip up and a bit of a giveaway, but we obviously knew that all of this is just smoke and mirrors. We know where crypto is going at the end of the day, so this is not going to scare away long-term investors. If you're here for the short term, yeah, I would be careful. I would be careful because you might have a bit of a retracement to the upside, and then we could have another black swan event. That is why I'm not swing trading at the moment, especially at these low prices. This is where you want to be accumulating. Now let's switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, as you can see, we broke above our major diagonal descending resistance trend line in January 2023, and ideally we would want to see a back test of support, but that would take us all the way down to $2 roughly. But that's not going to be happening. Obviously, that's a very, very strong pullback. Something very bad has to happen for Polkadot to drop below $2. But as of right now, we haven't lost this January 2023 low. So our current targets are still $102 and $146 for the next bull market. If we start losing this low and we start dipping even lower, we start retracing to our 1.618 target to the downside, the Fibonacci, the large Fibonacci retracement is going to be invalidated. So we're going to need to remove it at that point and wait until we bottom out here so that we can set up the next Fib retracement to the upside and have our next bull market targets. That is the situation as of right now. We don't know what's going to be happening, obviously, but the closer we are to the halving, the more bullish we're going to be, because at some point we're going to get those bullish narratives coming in, and we're going to get these large companies announcing that they've started investing into Bitcoin, and everything is going to happen the way it's supposed to happen, guys. If you know the long game, then you're just going to be happy with these pullbacks, and you're going to be averaging in as much as you can. And potentially what we're also looking at here on the weekly RSI is another retest of this support trend line. So potentially we're going to come back down and retest approximately 31 or 30.3 on the index. We had a bounce in July last year. We had a bounce in January this year. And right now we could be looking at another bounce. So potentially look for that. Like I said, not guaranteeing anything, but I do think if we continue in this range here and we keep getting squeezed between this support and resistance, at some point you're going to have to break out of here. And it just so happens that the apex of this pattern falls in line with the halving. So we're going to be getting the halving sometime March, May, April next year, and that is exactly when we're going to be in this apex. And as you know, when things get compressed, they tend to break out. So let's see what happens down the line. I'm not, I don't want to you know, make this look more bullish than it needs to be, but I'm just saying that with patience, you're gonna get the reward at the end of the day. So thank you all for watching. If I missed out anything important on the charts, let me know down below in the comment section. I'm gonna see you in the next update, and take care.